Y'all, please tell me y'all can hear me. Hear me now. If y'all can't hear me now, I'm gonna have to just get off my computer. Cause YouTube not letting me be great. You can hear me? Hey, yeah. I don't know why. I didn't do nothing different. That's annoying. I didn't do nothing different, but in the live restarted. Y'all done just messed up lost my whole train of thought there. I did nothing. Didn't change those settings. I didn't do anything. That's how I know it's YouTube. Literally. Ended it and restarted. But yes, I'm trying to wait to see if the few other people that were in here are gonna come back. But that just makes me so mad because YouTube, I love YouTube, but if all these technical difficulties, listen, I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. I am gonna need y'all to get it together. But how are you, Anitra, today? How are you? But what I was saying was, y'all, my name is Lane. If y'all are new here, I pretty much teach people, women especially, how to get started with done for you digital products and learn how to start building income online, y'all. Exactly like I did. I'm not just talking about it. I actually did this, y'all. I actually did it. Ended up quitting my job thanks to digital products and learning how to build multiple streams of income. That's good. I'm doing good as well. I am doing good. So yeah, pretty much teach people how to do this, y'all, because the fact of the matter is digital products can actually change your life just depending on your own effort and what you do with the information. Everybody doesn't see the same success because everybody doesn't do the same thing, right? But it can absolutely happen. I literally started my journey back in mid 2024 and I was able to learn how to do this, make 5 figures my second month as a beginner, and then continue doing that. And then a year later, ended up quitting my job, and now I have been 9 to 5 free for an entire year now. So I control my full day, y'all. I pretty much create my own schedule, and I can go where I want because I can work from my phone. And it literally started because I learned how to. Y'all, why is ChatGPT listening to me? What? But I learned how to master the skill of digital marketing, y'all. A lot of people, like I was saying on my last live, want to get courses or done for you products and they think, okay, I'm just going to get it, post content, link the product, and then make money. But they miss the part where you actually have to learn the skills. You want to focus on learning the skills because if you don't, you're either going to not make sales or you're going to make sales and you may make a few $1,000s, but then the sales are going to stop. And then you're going to be wondering why you can't do it again, right? How do you know what to create? So that's the thing. You don't create. You're starting with a done for you product. That's the part that I'm talking about. I didn't create anything. I bought something that was already done. I don't advise any beginner go in Canva and try to create a product because it makes no sense, right? So what you're doing is you're buying something that somebody else already created and they're giving you rights to resell. There's multiple ways to go about doing it. Me personally, when I started with a bigger course, a $500 course. And I tell people now, like, if you want to go that route, you can. It's an amazing course, but you don't have to. There's other ways you can get in this space and you can still learn this information. So that's kind of what I'm talking about now. Um, so I pretty much took the things that I learned from that course and put it into smaller ebooks at a smaller price point, right? So you're not getting like the online community based program, but you're getting 7 ebooks, a mini course inside of what I call my soft work starter bundle. And literally is going to teach you all about digital marketing, how to brand, basically give you clarity so you're not confused, tell you all about how to create content, the hook, caption, call to action, the systems, how to build trust, like everything you need to know. And then on top of that, I give you private label rights, which allows you to rebrand and re-edit those products and resell them as your own, right? I didn't really want to mention that like in the beginning of the live, but whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm talking about. But the live today, I was really wanting to break down how you turn content into income without burning yourself out and trying to keep up with everybody else. And then you're posting multiple times a day and you're not getting any sales. But that's because people miss the part about building the skills. They think, okay, I'm just going to post, I'm going to make this piece of content, I'm going to copy so and I'm going to be able to make money like she made money. It don't work like that. You really have to make sure you're mastering the foundations, y'all. building a brand, making sure you're recognizable, standing out, being true to you, building trust. Like all of those things is what's inside of my soft work starter bundle that makes it easy for you to learn how to do this and do it the right way, if that makes sense. Um, you can do it faceless, y'all. So if you're a face, don't want to show your face, you don't have to. I recommend you do, but you don't have to. I actually started my journey faceless when I did start back in 2024, and I still made money. It was a while before I actually went face forward. So it can be done. There's still a lot of faceless creators now. And then now that AI is on the scene, a lot of people are doing this with AI. AI too. So many ways to do it. The main thing you need to focus on, especially as a beginner, is starting somewhere. Because a lot of y'all get in these lives or y'all see people's content and y'all never start. You're not going to really learn what you need to learn until you actually invest in a done for you product. You just want to make sure you're investing in something that's good, that's not just giving you a good product to sell to your audience, but also is giving you the education and the resources on how you can be successful. Hopefully that's making sense, y'all. When I first got into digital marketing, I honestly thought the whole thing was about posting as much as possible, like 2-3 times a day. And as long as I did that, I was gonna make money, right? So I was focused on volume and just putting content out instead of like actually realizing it is about consistency, but at the same time, you have to master the skills behind it too, right? And if you do that, you're gonna have better success without burning yourself out. Um, every piece of content that you post, y'all, needs to have a purpose. You're not just posting to be posting. Like if you post a video and it doesn't have a purpose, you're not gonna make money from it, right? It's you're just posting for the fun, the entertainment. And if that's what you want to do, fine. But if you're in this to make money and make income, possibly walk away from your 9 to 5, every piece of content that you post needs to have some kind of purpose, right? Some kind of purpose. You need to ask yourself, what is your content doing? Is it building trust? Is it educating? Is it positioning you as someone somebody should listen to? Are you just posting to entertain people, right? So it needs to have a purpose. And if you focus, if you ask yourself that before you post something and it answers those questions, am I educating? Am I providing value? Am I being relatable? It needs to have a purpose. And if it does, it's a good piece of content. But if you ask yourself that and it's doing nothing, then you're just wasting your time posting. I mean, you can still post it if you want to, but don't expect like it's going to drive conversions or drive sales, right? And content that builds connections and builds trust, that's what leads to income. So if you show up consistently, this is where the consistency comes in. After you make sure you're making content that makes sense, right? And that has a purpose. Then if you show up consistently with that type of content that has a purpose, that's how you build trust over time, because people see you consistently. They see your content, whether or not you're going live, they see you. And eventually people feel a connection to you if they like you, your personality, which all ties into branding. The next thing you know, you're making sales, y'all. And they come easy after that. Because by this time, you've posted a lot, you have content working for you in the background. That's one good thing about social media, because once you post, the content is going to stay up forever. Content that you posted 3 months ago, 6 months ago, is still going to be bringing you in income because people see content at different times, right? At different times. So you don't really need to, if you're somebody who's stuck and you don't really see sales, and y'all, I'm not talking about people who just started posting, y'all. It takes time. Sometimes y'all are posting the right things and it's been 2 weeks and y'all talking about, oh, I haven't made a sale. Well, how long have you been posting, right? So you gotta look at your situation for what it is. I'm talking to the people who are posting and you've been posting for months and months and months and you have not seen not one sale. Then you need to reconsider the type of content that you posted. You need to make sure it's valuable content that serves a purpose. And then if it is, and you just started, you just need to continue doing that, right? Don't quit, because sometimes it takes people days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months, right? It really just depends, because everybody is not doing the same thing. Some people on different platforms, some people are faceless, some people are face forward, some people using AI. So all of those play a role in how soon you see success, if that makes sense. And like I said, people, they don't just buy because you posted something. They buy because they trust you or they feel like they can relate to you. And trust is built by you posting content over time. Over time, not showing up one week and then disappearing for a week or two, and then popping back up on the scene and then disappearing again, especially as a beginner. That's going to throw off the trust and it's going to be harder for you to make consistent income, right? So focus on posting content that actually builds a connection. Like I said, educational, relatable content that has a purpose behind it. Um, and educational content, y'all, is a good way to grow your account. Like if you're teaching something, y'all, even the smallest things, like even if you brand new, whatever product you started with, you should have something you learned. If you got something good, is you should have. I don't care if you knew. If you started with a done for you product that's worth buying, you should have something in there you learning that you can make content around, right? There's always somebody else 10 steps behind you who's never heard of this that you could be teaching, who will follow you because you posting little small bits of valuable information. You're guilty of it. See, exactly. So that's what a lot of people's issues is when it comes to like making good content and then eventually seeing that first sale, second sale, third sale, right? Teaching content is good. Story content, like if you tell a story, people love storytelling content. Even if you go live, telling your story, how you got started, telling your journey, like people want to hear that. The people who relate to it, they relate to it. You don't have to worry about trying to convince people, trying to attract people, because the people who are going to attract to you is going to happen automatically, right? Just based on you being you and telling your story. So that's the type of content y'all need to focus on, not just seeing somebody else's content and being like, oh, let me redo this in my way. And it serves no purpose for you and your audience, right? Because then now you just gonna get burnt out because now you posting content and nothing's happening, right? Nothing's happening over time, right? So if somebody watches your content, they should pretty much feel like, okay, this person, I either like this person or she knows what she's talking about. I feel like I can trust her. It's just that simple, y'all. And sometimes it does take time. It takes time. And then you need to have a system. Like you need to have a system set up. You need to have something in the background where if somebody comments a keyword, it's gonna send a product, your product to them. You don't want to be working harder, not smarter. When people comment, now you gotta go manually send stuff. I was surprised to see the amount of people that don't know about like the auto DM feature. Like people be like, I'm like, girl, why? Like, especially if you use Stand Store, y'all, that's a built-in feature, the auto DM feature. You can add as much as you want by literally just depending on the keywords you choose, you make sure you set up the message that you want to send and the link that you want to go to them. Everybody should be using that because you never know when it's going to be a time when you actually get a lot of comments and now what? You don't have nothing set up, now you got to manually do it. The whole point of this business is to work less and make more, y'all. Work smarter. Work smarter. Work smarter. Hopefully that's making sense. So, like I said, if you're brand new, or even if you're not, yeah, Stan has that, girl. That's what I use. I ain't using no damn Manny chat. That shit too confusing. I used to try to use it, and I was like, yeah, Stan has it, and it's on the bottom tier plan. Y'all better go get in that. I'm telling y'all, and you can have as many as you want. You can have multiple keywords to the same product. I have a lot of them set up. I just sometimes I unpublish them and publish them back. But yes, if you click on the side, I want to say is it under auto DM? I want to say. Um yeah, it says auto DM, like in the side, home, my store, income, all of that, auto DM. And if you click on that, it's very simple because those of y'all who use Stan, if you don't know, Stan is very simple to me. It's easy to navigate, easy to use. It's kind of like self-explanatory. So make sure y'all utilizing that. But like I said, if you're somebody who's brand new and you want a starting point that's going to help you get started, but not cost you a lot, still give you a lot of value. Or if you have started and you don't really have the foundations and the stuff that you need to know about digital marketing, building a brand, and all of that, y'all, my soft work starter bundle. That's what y'all gonna hear me talking about the most now. I'm still gonna talk about SOB, but I'm gonna talk about my own product more, if that makes sense. So SOB, standing on business, that's still an amazing way to start if you want like that community aspect of it, the ongoing Zoom calls that they do, the Q&A calls. But if you're somebody who can learn through ebooks and a mini course, y'all, my software starter bundle, I've been selling it a lot lately without even trying. I've been getting good. I need to get reviews because honestly, that I suck at getting reviews. Like I get them, but then I forget to like screenshot them and then I forget where they're at because people comment or send messages and they all over the place. But y'all, it's an amazing way to start that's going to help you do it the right way without having to guess. It comes with master resale rights and private label rights. You do need to rebrand it, re-edit it if you do decide to resell it. You don't have to sell it as a bundle. It's really up to you. But it's very helpful, y'all. It teaches you a lot. Like I said, the mini course alone is going to teach you a lot when it comes to like all the things about even like the ethics and the legal stuff that you need to know. It's teaching all of that, everything you need to know, because a lot of beginners get in this space and they don't know nothing about none of that, and y'all will be surprised how much stuff y'all be violating. But it's because y'all don't be knowing, right? Um, so that's the reason why I put it together like that and started to push that more, because I feel like it's beginner friendly. It's an amazing price point, super valuable, y'all. Like I said, it's called my Soft Work Starter Bundle. If anybody is interested, wants to get started with it, it's linked in my bio. I'm also going to link it here just in case somebody is curious. You can kind of click on it to see what all you get, because it is broken down really good on the description on what all comes with it, y'all. But like I said, if you're trying to see success, you're trying to make income, you're trying to step away from the 9 to 5, you're trying to pay off debt, you're trying to take back your time, you want options on top of your 9 to 5, I'm telling y'all, get into digital products, start learning, and don't go in Canva trying to build something from scratch as a beginner. That's insane. You're going to be in there trying to do it. It's going to take you a while. And then when you finish, you're going to have 1,001 questions. And you're going to be that's time that you could have already bought a product that's already working, that's already put together, where somebody is allowing you to resell it, right? But let me know if y'all got questions. I don't want to be on here too long right now. Let me know if y'all have questions about anything I said, content, the types of content, digital products in general, y'all. I'm going to link this Softwork Starter Bundle. Like I said, y'all, it's only $57. The value of it is way more. $57, and you can still utilize payment options if you want to through Klarna, Affirm, all of those things. But like I said, if you're serious about learning how to make income, I ain't talking to the people who not serious. I'm talking to the people who truly want to learn how to do this. It's possible, y'all. It's possible for you, just like it was possible for me. I just happened to start with a $500 course, which pretty much that same information is in this bundle, just in a different manner, if that makes sense. And to think I almost didn't start, y'all. I almost didn't do it. Like I remember clearly that day, I almost didn't do it because I kept thinking about the money, the money, the money. And I was like, it's either I invest in something that could possibly change my life, depending on what I do with it, or I just keep doing what I'm already doing, knowing exactly what to expect. Misery. Paycheck to paycheck, right? Still in debt. Like you either keep doing the same thing and you already know what to expect, or you try something new that could possibly change your whole entire life, right? And that's how you honestly have to view it. You got to view it like that. If you don't, you're going to continue doing the same thing every day, waking up expecting a different result, and it's not going to come, y'all. It's not going to come. So, like I said, my only regret in all of this is not starting sooner, because I could have started about a month sooner. I hesitated just a little bit. But one thing about me, I know how to use discernment. I know how to do a little research and realize when something is real and when it isn't, right? Creating content. Do you post content every day on certain days? So I try to post every day. That's just me. Yes, mine is master resale rights and PLR. That's the good thing about it, y'all, because I want y'all to rebrand it. I need you to rebrand it, right? That's like something you have to do. Change up the colors, change up the style, the text, rename the ebooks, make them fit you. Of course, what's in the ebook, you can leave it. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole point. You're not doing it from zero, but you can change up the way it looks, the style, make it look completely different. And you can promote that to your audience. And the good thing about these ebooks, y'all, they're educational. Like it's stuff that's teaching people how to do this, whether you're going to be on TikTok, whether you're on Instagram. There's a faceless ebook in there to teach people how to do it faceless. There's a stand store playbook in there, because what good would I be if I'm selling y'all products that's teaching you how to do Instagram content and grow on Instagram and TikTok and how to post in y'all stories, and then the person who buys the bundle don't even know how to set up their store, right? So I try to think of everything. There's a stand store playbook that breaks down stand store and all the features of stand store, right? how to set your product up, how to resell it. I think there's a little video I included on how you kind of like save it as your own in Canva. But yeah, it's very beginner friendly. Like I said, it's worth it. The value is way more than 57. That's just the price that I'm promoting it at. 57. I feel like that's a good price. I ain't trying to break the bank, it's affordable. And I think that's the reason why I make a lot of sales with this product, y'all, because it's worth it. And then the fact that you can still utilize payment options on it if you need to, that's just an added bonus. But yes, PLR, master resale rights, rebranded. The mini course is audio. The mini course is amazing, y'all. It teaches you everything. You can listen. You can listen while you driving, while you doing whatever. Because I like the fact that you can listen to it, take notes, and then the ebooks, of course, are in ebook form, and you can edit those and rebrand them. You can break this bundle up. You don't have to sell all the ebooks like I have them. You can if you want to. Rename it. This is just what I call mine. That's my branding, you know what I mean? And it's an amazing place to start. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. Like I said, if you're somebody who's new or just stuck and just whatever you got is not working and you're doing everything right and you tried it all, this can also be a good asset. It's really up to you and what you got going on, right? But this is not hard, y'all. Everybody can do this. It's just everybody's not going to do it. That's the thing. Everybody's not going to do it. Everybody's not going to stick it out. Everybody's not born to be an entrepreneur. Some people can't handle money. You're going to stay in a 9-to-5 struggle for the rest of your life. That's just how it is. But is it possible for everybody? Yes. But everybody's not going to do this because people, they don't want to put in the work. Me, like I was so fed up at my job, I didn't give a care what it was. I was like, I'm willing to try whatever because I realized it took me this many years to realize like working a 9-to-5 is a fucking scam. Like it's a scam. Like it took me this long because we're not raised thinking that, especially if you were raised by grandparents like me, like that older generation, all they did was work. I watched my grandpa work his whole life at the same job, his entire life. And then he retired and went back to work part-time. I'm like, I'd have been like, F that job. But look, I'm glad he did that. It showed me what hard work looks like. I ain't knocking it, but that just shows like when you're raised like that, you don't realize you don't got to work for nobody. Learn skills that will allow you to make your own money and create your own schedule. So yeah, I started out working a 9-to-5, went to college, didn't finish all the things, wasting my damn time, money, all this damn student loan debt I didn't incurred with no damn degree for nothing. Like, and then I ended up learning these skills in the online space for $500. And then the same skills that we learn in this online space with digital products, y'all, digital marketing is the same degree that people go get when they go get a digital marketing degree. Same information, if not more, except they paying thousands to a college to learn it. And then when they get out, guess what they most likely go do? Get a job in digital marketing. When you can literally learn these skills in the online space and start making money right away because they have what's called done for you products with master resale rights that you can resell and make money. Like make it make sense, right? So yeah, if anything is a scam, it will be the 9-to-5. And by all means, I ain't against it if you have a good one, but at the end of the day, do not just depend on a 9-to-5 because they can let you go any second, anytime they feel like it. Get paid Friday, can purchase the bundle this Friday. Got it. No problem, Anitra. Don't forget you can utilize payment options that make it as low as $14. So if anybody doesn't know how to do that, y'all, at checkout, you have an option between Klarna and Afterpay. Pick one and it'll break the price down to $14 and you'll still be able to get access, just so y'all know. But yeah, don't get caught up just having one stream of income. Like that's what I teach, multiple streams of income. Even if you have a good job that pays you well, do not get caught up and wake up one day and they tell you your position has ended and you laid off and you're done. It happens every day, y'all. And then you don't have no other income coming in when you could have been doing this on the side. Y'all, I literally sold digital products and worked my job for an entire year at the same time. And every month, my digital products made more money than my 9-to-5, y'all. And I was working 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day for somebody who's probably making hundreds of thousands of dollars at the top, barely paying me 20-something dollars. I'm giving you 8 hours a day, and I'm stressed out mentally and emotionally, getting yelled at by your customers because I'm on the front line, right? Like, make it make sense. And then here I am getting off work, spending 2 to 3 hours, if that, on my digital products business, making sales throughout the day, making sales even when I'm asleep, when I'm not even actively working, and overall every month averaging way more money by working less. Like that's when I knew, like, okay, yeah, this is something I got to do full time, right? And I did that for an entire year, and then I finally quit my job, y'all. And when I quit my job, it just made it even better because that 8 hours I was giving to my job was holding me back at that point, because that's time that I could have been putting into my own business, where I was already, that was my main stream of income. Literally, my 9 to 5 was, I used to call it my side hustle at that point, because it was literally my side hustle because I was making less money. So you just have to be smart about it. Like I say, I like to talk to the people who want to do this, who are serious about building other income, changing their life, adding options. Like I said, you can get started. Softwork starter bundle, y'all, is linked in the description of this live right here. It's also gonna be, I mean, in the chat. It's also gonna be in the description of the live, and you can also find it in my YouTube bio. It's really up to you what you want to do, y'all. But I'm gonna stay on here probably like a couple more minutes. See if y'all got any questions. I'm at work right now. I feel the way you did, and I feel the way, right. Exactly. A lot of people do. A lot of people do, y'all. I had, like, when I first got the job, I was like, okay, I'm working from home. I was happy, baby. Them work from home jobs are miserable as hell. If you on the if you picking up that phone, you ain't living your best life. Not if they work from home. Them people is worse them. Okay, like I started off work from home. I ain't got to go outside. I'm cool with it. And then them, man, months start going by that people talking to you crazy took a toll on me, and I was just like, it got to a point where, y'all, I literally would wake up in the morning and be want to cry because I didn't want to clock in. I'm like, oh, I gotta go get on this phone. First call of the day, they screaming on the phone. 7 o'clock in the morning. You up 7 o'clock in the morning waiting for the bank to open so you can yell at me for something you did wrong. Like, y'all, that shit got old so fast. I was like, yeah, I'm in the wrong industry. Like when I started getting miserable and I started getting uncomfortable and I started realizing like my quality of life was going down, like I felt like I was about to crash out. I was like, okay, yeah, something got to be done. But most people sit there and they just keep doing the same thing. I'm like, how can y'all? They don't even try to do anything different. Like that's the part that I don't be understanding. Like the way I felt, I was like, oh no, something got to happen. And I started looking for ways to make money. I didn't look for digital products specifically because I didn't know nothing about it. Y'all, I was brand new. I was looking for ways to make money online, and that's what kept coming up. And that's how I found out about digital products and figured out about this whole little world where people were over here making $1,000, making $1,000 in 5 minutes. And I'm like, when I first seen it, I'm like, this can't be real. You know, we all had that mind where we be like, okay, now what kind of lies she telling? But you have to quickly understand, like, it's real. That's why I don't knock people when that's their first reaction, because I get it. I would be lying if I said that wasn't my first reaction, because I was like, $1,000. I'm selling the product online that quick. Like, what? And then people were saying how they woke up to sales overnight. You know, when you're new to the space, it seems like it seems a little off, right? Because that's not our world when you work in a 9 to 5. But like, you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. Just do a little research. And I was like, okay, this is the life I'm trying to live. I'm trying to be at the coffee shop. Y'all know I love coffee. I got on my little coffee. Look, this probably gonna be my last time chance to wear this little coffee weather sweater. Our last little cold front today, and it's about to be nothing but hot from here in Texas. So I was like, let me wear my sweater for the last time. But I'm like, I want to be at the coffee shop working in the middle of the day, making $500, $1,000. Like I want that to be me. So I was like, okay. I started watching people. I started following people, and I'm like, there was this one girl that stood out to me, y'all. I never even messaged this girl, never talked to her, never asked her a question. I just was following her content on IG, and I was like, okay, I could have bought UBC from so many other people. I got it from her. That's why I say, do you. Make sure you bring in the value. Stay true to yourself. The people who like you for you are going to buy from you. She probably never even knew. Like, I never even reached out to the girl. I spent my $500 with her. Went to her store, clicked, bought it. Best thing I could have ever done, y'all. It's the first thing that started me learning about all of this. And look where I'm at now. Not working for nobody else. Does the bundle provide step-by-step instructions? Yes. What do you mean? Step-by-step instructions on what though? Exactly. On what? But yes, each ebook is different. Like one ebook is talking about TikTok, the algorithm, how to create content. One is about Instagram and how to do it. One is the stand store playbook, how to set your products up. One of them is about posting and selling in your stories, y'all. Because that's the thing a lot of y'all don't realize, especially if you're on Instagram. If you're not posting in your stories, that's the reason why you ain't making no money. You gotta post to your stories. You got to. That's you got to. And then the mini course itself is what's telling you all about digital marketing and how this works and how you make content, whether you want to be faceless, face forward, how to create the hook, the caption, the call to action, and how to put it all together. You know what I mean? So once you learn all those skills, it's just a matter of you figuring out, hey, which platform you want to be on. Like I always say, y'all, the steps are easy. Mindset, what platform you want to be on. Are you going to be faceless? Are you going to be face forward? And once you answer those three questions, it's just a matter of you setting up your store with whatever product you're going to promote and then making sure you're learning the skills that's teaching you like how to build trust and how to create the content I was just telling y'all about, relatable content. The mini course talks about the different types of content that I just went over too, but it gives you more of them, if that makes sense. So you have to take that information and apply it to you because nobody's content is the same, if that makes sense. So yes, that's how you get started. See, Anitra, you overthink. That's how you get started, y'all. You literally start just by first, like I said, having some type of foundational program or something that's teaching you the skills. That's where that mini course comes in, that's in the bundle. If you go through that and listen, it's telling you all about content, how to create good content, storytelling content, how to build trust online, how to structure your reels for Instagram with the hook, the caption, and all of this. You have to take the information and apply it, if that makes sense. But once you learn all these different things, you have to figure out, do you want to be faceless? Do you want to be face forward? Right? That's something you got to figure out. Are you going to go on to TikTok? Or are you going to go on to Instagram? Once you know that, it's just a matter of you taking the stand store playbook if you don't know how to set up your store and using that to guide you to set up your store. You got to figure out what products you're selling. I don't know if you're reselling my bundle or if you got something else, because my bundle is there to teach you too. You don't have to resell it if you don't want to, but you have to figure out what are you going to sell. Then you got to set up your store. The stand store playbook is walking you through how to set it up, right? But it doesn't know what you're going to use. Does that make sense? It doesn't know if you're going to be faceless or face forward. Like if you know you don't want to be on TikTok, then don't even look at the TikTok ebook. Like you still have it, but don't even focus on it in the beginning. So you got to kind of have an idea like what platforms you want to be on, and are you going to be face forward like me and create content and just record your everyday life and attach a digital product, or are you going to keep your face out of it, right? And once you know those things, you just set everything up using the information you have. And then y'all, if you anybody who buys anything from me, if y'all ever have questions, y'all just email me or DM me on Instagram and ask. But it's really simple, y'all. A lot of y'all, especially new people, y'all overthink it, which makes sense because it's new. But like once you get going, you may have a few questions in the beginning. But once you start posting content and then a couple weeks go by, you start to realize just how simple it is. And it's basically repetition, y'all. You're literally saying the same thing every single day, but in a different way. It's not changing. If you're promoting something, focus on promoting that. Don't try to sell multiple things, y'all, especially if you new. If you build your store and you got 5, 6, 7, 8 products and you brand new, I do not recommend that. Focus on 1 or 2 products and you figure out your target audience. Like, who are you going to help? The mini course in that bundle talks about target audiences and all of that. So figure out who you're going to talk to, who are you helping, and make sure you're basically posting content every day that's different. You're being creative, but you're saying the same message. Your message is not changing. Does that make sense? You just have to find different creative ways to say it and different videos to put behind it so it doesn't look the same. So once you do it over and over and over, you realize, okay, it's just a matter of being creative and making good content, trying to make better content than you did the day before, if that makes sense. But yeah, it pretty much explains everything. You just have to apply it. Hopefully that makes sense. But y'all, any last minute questions for me? let me know. Got it. All right. Yep. And Anitra, if you got questions, just reach out to me. I don't mind. Don't mind. Don't mind. Don't mind. You're welcome. You are welcome. Y'all, do I have any other last minute questions before I end the live? I don't know where this little last minute cold front came from. Y'all, it was literally 80 degrees 2 days ago, and now it's 50. I'm like, what? But I think this all last little cold snap. It's sunny though. At least it ain't raining or nothing. It's sunny, blue skies. It's just kind of cool for my liking. All right, y'all. Like I said, the Soft Work Starter Bundle is for anybody who wants to learn how to make content, make income online with digital products. If you see the live later, put replay in the comments so I know you saw the replay. If you're looking for it, it's linked in my bio, y'all. All you gotta do is click the link, utilize payment options if you need to at checkout. And if y'all got any questions, y'all, just put them in the comments of the video. I'll see them. And I will be, Stephanie. Girl, I was just about to get off. Did you just get here? But yep, if y'all have questions, make sure y'all put them in the comments of the video, y'all. It's easier for me to see them and I can answer them right there. Stephanie said she finally called me. I was about to get off. Did you have questions, Stephanie? Anything you wanted to know? Anything you could think of? You got to turn on them notifications, girl, so you can be notified when I go live. How long I've been on here? 37 minutes. 37 minutes. What time? That's the thing, y'all. I don't have a set time. I may work on that, like coming up, trying to figure out a good time for me so I can go live the same day every day so people know when they expect me. But right now, I don't have a set time. Yeah, I don't have a set time. Turn on your notification. I will. Yes, turn on notifications because most people catch me because it notifies them when I go live. So that way you'll know until I figure out a good time to go live because it's so random with me, y'all, because it's no telling. It's no telling. It's no telling. I'm actually finishing to leave the house, y'all. I got to get out of here. I stayed in the house in my pajamas all day yesterday, just riding. And I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get outside and do something. I have to for my own sanity. I've been watching your lives and videos to better my content. I don't have enough to pay for your course yet. Which course, Stephanie? Are you talking about? Because I just got done talking about my Soft Work Starter Bundle, which is a mini course and 7 ebooks for $57. So I don't know which one you're talking about. The one I have linked in the chat at the top, pinned at the chat, is a bundle you can start with that costs less but still super valuable. It's a little mini audio course in there that teaches you all about content, how to make good content, and then you get 7 ebooks that comes with it that also helps. So I don't know if that helps you or if that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, so I didn't make an actual course like online. Like the course you're talking about, UBC, the one I started with, that's an online program where you are going to get on there and have community and you can ask questions on there. It's modules, self-paced. My program that I'm promoting right now is ebooks. It's a mini course, audio course that you can listen to, and then 7 ebooks that comes with it that helps you create content. I don't know if you have any other digital products, but that's a good starting point if you have nothing. So that way you can have information instead of waiting. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're talking about UBC. Yeah, that's the course that I actually began with, but I haven't even really been talking about it too much. Like I still do, like I still recommend it for people who can afford it, but I don't want that to be the reason people don't start their journey, right? So I have stuff at different price points. Right. So if you click that link right there, Stephanie, the link in the chat at the top, I pinned it. If you click on that, start there. It's gonna give you a lot of information. So even though you're not getting that online aspect of it where you have like online community, you can still reach out to me if you have questions. So I would say join that, grab that. And it's PLR and private label. I mean, it's PLR and master resale, right? So you can rebrand it, the ebooks, and you can resell them if you want to. You just have to rebrand them, like change the titles, the names, and all of that to make it fit your own branding. But you don't have to resell it if you don't want to. But it's definitely worth it. $57, y'all, and it's still teaching you the same information, just in a different format. Just being honest. Different format. But yeah, that's what I was just talking about. So you did miss it. You missed it, but that's okay, because I was just pretty much talking about that being a great starting point for people. So yeah, grab that. And then if you need to use payments, even though it's $57, you still can use Klarna and Afterpay. $14, y'all. Y'all gonna go spend $14 on some BS today. So even if you have to start on payments, do it. But 57, y'all, that's a win. And you're getting the right to resell if you want to. So like I say, I would say go for that if that helps you. Did you have any other questions? Will it teach me how to market? Yeah. So the mini course, the audio mini course, talks about marketing, branding. It even talks about like the legal consideration, ethics, how to create, how to structure your content, the different types of content. So it's the same information, just in a different format, y'all. Different format. So yes, I've been bad at it. Yeah, it'll teach you. You just have to take the information in and listen to it. It will definitely teach you, though. It'll definitely teach you. Digital marketing blueprint, Instagram growth, faceless beginners plan, Instagram reels, strategy guide, TikTok growth and strategy, stand store playbook, and then a soft work method blueprint. So all of that. And that's what it's going to look like. It's going to open up in Canva, and you can edit and rebrand. Like once you learn what you need to learn, you can rebrand this whole bundle and use it as your own product if you want to. Klarna Afterpay, y'all. Either one. If you click it and get approved, $14, 4 payments of $14.25. Or just pay the whole 57, y'all. You got nothing to lose. One ebook I could easily sell at $57. One by itself, honestly. But y'all getting 7. So there you go. And like I said, it's an amazing place to start, honestly. If you can listen, take in information, take notes, do what you got to do, apply the information. Very simple, y'all. Very simple. But all right, y'all. Hopefully this live helped somebody, or does help somebody that sees it later. Like I said, if you see the live later, put replay in the comments. If y'all want to get started with this bundle, it's linked in my bio. It'll also be linked in the description of the live. Anybody that gets it today, within the next 24 hours, yeah, let's do something special. Anybody that gets it within the next 24 hours from now, which is, let's just say 2, I'm gonna just, well, 1 Central Time, 2 Eastern Time. Anybody that gets the soft work starter bundle between now and tomorrow this time, y'all, I will give y'all my Instagram carousel templates for free. It's pretty much 1,000 carousel templates that you can plug and play and put information into and use to post on Instagram, as well as content. And carousels right now are being pushed big time on Instagram, so they do help. But I will give you those for free if you grab the bundle within the next 24 hours. So if you see the live later and you within the 24 hours, you don't have to message me. I'll automatically know, and I'll send it to the same email. And today is, y'all, I have to say the dates and do all this because y'all will be surprised when I do this, the amount of craziness I be getting in my messages. The amount of craziness. I'll be like, that live was 2 weeks ago. What today, y'all, what is today? So I don't mess up today. Y'all are funny. Today is Tuesday, March 17th, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. If you get this bundle between now and March 18th, 1 p.m. Central and 2 p.m. Eastern, I think I made that clear. I will give you my carousel templates, over 1,000 carousel templates for free that you can use to post, use to help with content, right? So there y'all go. I think I made it clear. But let me know if y'all got any last minute questions for me, y'all, before I go. I'm laughing, y'all, because the last time I did that, it literally was like 2 weeks later. And somebody was like, I didn't get, like, that live was 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? Like, you're late. You're late. So I was like, okay, I got to say the date. I got to say the date. All right, I take it y'all good. No other questions. So I am going to end this live. Like I said, everything I talked about linked in bio. If you got questions, put it in the comments of the video or just DM me. It doesn't matter. But thank y'all for being here. Bye, everybody. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day on this beautiful Tuesday.